Hey, in this training, we're going to go over how we price on the square foot model versus per pane, or how some people do door to door and they just look at a house and estimate how long it's going to take them. So we used to do per pane, as we talked about in the previous video. What the issue there was teaching that model and getting it done over the phone became pretty difficult to get an accurate quote. So I'll show you how we price per square foot, the alternative questions that we ask, and how we came up with this model. It's been ever evolving. We just added a new question to it, probably a couple of weeks ago. And so we use Responsibid. That's what this is here. We'll leave a link in the description if you want to try it. You'll get a bonus. We'll get a bonus. We are going to try to build a simplified version of this for people to use just before they're big enough to afford having all the CRMs and that sort of thing. Because you have to have this with something like Jobber, House Call Pro, or Markate, because this doesn't schedule. It just prices and then schedules to your CRM. If we go window cleaning, so what we do, here's the first three questions. So number of floors above ground. So when you're standing at the front of the house, how many floors are above ground? 1, 2, and here we'll do some examples. So if we zoom out, okay, so if we're looking at this house here, we can see it has 2 floors, well, technically 1 floor above ground. Right, the basement floor is technically below the grade a little bit. So that, let's go and find an exact. Let's go 1 floor above ground, right? So you'd pick 1 story above ground plus a walkout basement. So this would be an example if we go behind the house. Let's hypothetically say the back of the house is lower, so this has a walkout basement. That's just telling the system, yeah, the back might take longer because it's higher up. You need a ladder, so that would be so because it says plus a walkout basement, that's why this specifically says above ground. Because then if there's a walkout basement, that is going to add like that second story. So this could be, yes, if there's a stairwell, there's a walkout basement, it's adding that height for you. And so with Responsibid, the people that built this were exterior cleaners, so a lot of their factory questions are great things to start with because they work out really well. So we would go yes. Square footage, let's just go 2,000 square feet. And I'll show you the back end after and how this all comes about. Here's where it gets to be customized for what we found to be the best. So deck glass is pretty big where we are. So it used to be that we would just either see it on the Google Street View or we would ask. Now we've just added it as a question. So you click yes, and now you add the amount of panes that they have. Do you have French pane windows? Not many people do, but we want to make sure we ask, because if they do, we need to charge more for it because they're a pain in the ass. Additional questions. So again, these are for our area. You might not have any hard water where you live, so it would be irrelevant, but one of our service areas is full of it. So do you have hard water, post-construction, or excessive paint? Great things to ask because they take more time. And most of the time it's no to all of them, but it's great to have. Just as like a reminder for your team as well. Do you want to add select interior windows? So this is if they want outside only, but they only want, say they have an A-frame log home, and they want the high windows done on the inside. They can select to have just a couple windows done on the inside, but they don't have to. Inside and out will come later. When were they last professionally cleaned? Great to know. And this is a new one we added because people were getting overpriced for smaller jobs. So we have residential home, townhouse, apartment, or mobile home. A mobile home, by default, 2,000 square feet, usually has less windows than a residential home that's 2,000 square feet. So we give a little bit of a discount on these ones in the back end equation. And an apartment will have less, a townhouse will have less. One whole side of the house doesn't have windows. So we give a bit of a discount with that one. But these are the questions that we ask, and I'll show you what it looks like in Responsibid in the back end. Now you can copy these questions exactly. You just go to support, and they'll add these questions to your account if you have Responsibid. So I highly, highly, highly recommend different tiers. So we have basic exterior. This is for people that just want a quick outside. This is a water-fed pole. Water-fed pole, so to get exterior cleaning, water-fed pole only. They have to take out the screens, and we do not wash screens for this package. It's just a quick and dirty, get it done. Deluxe exterior, this is mop, squeegee, screen washing. A little bit deeper. We will take out a scrubby and a razor blade if we need to. This one we will not. Premium is just everything, inside and out, screen washing, and we'll use whatever method we need to get the windows done really nice. So step 2, this is where we have all of our different questions. And here's where the magic happens. So right now we're pricing at so it's 6 cents a square foot for basic exterior, 8 cents for deluxe, and 10 cents for premium. Now, without getting too in depth on how this all works, know if they hit all the minimums, no, they're not paying $90. We have minimum set amounts where no matter what, it'll default up to our minimum, but this gets pricing a little bit more accurate. So it takes this as a base, then as you go down, so if we go to premium, as we get bigger homes, it's going to add 10%, 20%, then it's going to add this for deck glass. So you have French panes, right? Each question holds a value increase percentage. If they want just an interior, it's going to be at $6 per interior pane. And here's where these get a discount because it's just not going to be the same as a residential home. And so if I go to a bid, I'll show you a breakdown of it. So here's going to be an example. Basic exterior, it takes that minimum square footage price. It's a townhouse, so they're minusing $10 plus our travel charge, so $125. Inside and out and all that stuff, minimum is higher. So there's this first price, ladder work because it's a basement, so there's a basement on it. It's going to add $10. It's a townhouse, same thing. Total $213. So this is kind of how the equation adds up throughout, and then you get your total price. Now, this is a complete game changer when you're going from you doing bids to hiring staff to do quoting and phone answering for you. What this did for us this year is me as the business owner now never had to answer the phone, never had to give a quote, and never had to schedule a job. I have a virtual assistant that does it all, and now he just puts it all in the schedule. And I think in the future I'll make videos about Responsibid as we see people's different levels in their business. But this is a great way to do quoting. If it's only you, do per pane, go to the job, meet the customer, build your reputation, build a rapport with the customer, upsell guiders when you're there. Per pane is great. When you're progressing to a team and admin staff and you removing yourself from the business, you're going to need something like this where you can accurately give quotes and schedule jobs for you and your employees. So this is how we do this. In the future, if you have Responsibid or you want to get it, I'll put a referral link down below, and I can help you build up what we have. And Responsibid guys are great. They'll help you as well. So let me know how this video was for you, if it gave you some insights and value, and let me know if you have any questions. Jump in the community.